Good afternoon, my beautiful souls. How are we doing today? This is Bella from Red Dragon Intuitive Tarot, and I'm coming at you today. Let's see, what are people thinking about you, or what are people's thoughts about my collective, okay? Now, my beautiful souls, I am absolutely loving this longer format reading. I've never liked to be rushed. I'd like to go into more detail, and with these longer format, readings, I'm going to be able to do a deep dive. Okay, so we're going to do a deep dive. What is being said about you, and what do people think about you reading? Okay, I'm going to be using several decks. I'm going to be using my light deck, my dark deck, and the oracles to see what's got, what the word on the street is, what the word is on the spiritual street. This is where I am going to gauge the energies within you and outside of you in whatever dynamic. Now, this could be any type of situation. This could be a relationship. This could be a family dynamic. This can be workplace. This can be friendships, were you ghosted, what are they thinking about you? We're just going to kind of ask Spirit, because here's what we get, the word. What is the word? Bird is the word. We're going to ask Spirit what it is that my collective needs to know about what's going on around them right now. What is being said? What is the juicy, salacious gossip on my beautiful souls? Okay, now this is going to be a general reading about what is being said about you. It's not going to apply to everyone, guys, okay? Because remember, we're all on different timelines, and it's not going to fit everyone's timeline. Please do not force it to fit. Use what you know to be true in order to verify the reading. That is the way these things work. At least my readings on this channel. I do have a potty mouth. I don't sugarcoat shit. And I don't use political correctness. Okay, guys? What I want is the best for my beautiful souls, my soul tribe, whomever is going to be watching this video. I want the best for you guys. And I'm looking out for you guys. So we're going to be asking Spirit today. Spirit, what is being said about my spirit tribe? Anybody watching the video on this platform, which is Red Dragon Intuitive Tarot, guys. All right, we're going to get into a deep dive. How has y'all's day been? It is a beautiful day here, guys. There's a breeze. It's beautiful. It's sunny. Hasn't been as humid as it has been. I hope you all are doing well. We're going to ask Spirit, what does my soul tribe need to know about what is being said about them? Now, apply it where it fits. I could be talking about you, or the person you're thinking about. Just meditate on whatever it is that you want to know. And Spirit's going to go ahead and give us those answers that we are needing in our life right now. Okay? All right. So remember, this is going to be for entertainment purposes only. And it's also going to be a timeless read, which means that whenever you do see it, okay, that's when you're supposed to see it. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's start this off. People are thinking, from the get-go, people are thinking that you are a bit standoffish right now, okay? That you've got your boundaries up. Okay, some people may be finding it hard to get to you. There may be some people who want to come and talk to you. People who you may have cut out. They're wanting to come talk to you, or you may be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. You don't have to be, though. But you're sitting on your throne. You're standing in your power. You're standing 10 toes down on whatever it is that you said. It's like, bitch, I said what I said. And you're going to stand on that. You're observing. Perhaps there's a situation that you've been aware of for a while, that you've already kind of lit the grenade, thrown it, and you're just watching to see where the ripples go, you know. People see you as very strategic. People see you as very guarded, you know, sitting in your power. They see the glow up. Okay, people are curious about you. You're attracting a lot of attention from people from the past, okay? You're attracting attention from people who are not living in their heart space. People may say that you're cold-hearted because you cut them off, my beautiful souls. That you're cold-hearted and can have very little emotions. But it's not that you're cold-hearted or that you don't have emotions. It's just that you've seen enough and you've observed enough and you saw the red flags and you know, you've listened to your intuition. The Queen of Wands is highly intuitive. Okay, you could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or dealing with one. But since it's in the upright, I'm thinking this is you. You don't have to be. You can just be embodying the energy of that queen. Okay, so right now, people may see you as standoffish with high boundaries, cold, heartless. You know, everyone's going to see it from their point of view, whatever is going to fulfill whatever narrative they have about you, guys, okay? But the important thing is that you're making yourself a priority. These boundaries, perhaps, are boundaries that you lacked before because you didn't have the self-love, my beautiful souls. And by setting these boundaries and telling people no and just observing instead of giving input and giving away information about yourself, you may seem as if you're not living from your heart space, as if you're cold-hearted. People who had hopes in coming in and romancing you once again without even changing the narrative with the same old song and dance, they feel that you are inaccessible. The star. People may see you as wish fulfillment, okay, that they lost, okay, that they no longer have. But if they no longer have you as wish fulfillment, is because you studied the situation enough and you've cut them off, making it appear to the people who lost you as if you are cold-hearted. Now, this can be male or female, okay? You're standing in judgment of what was done to you, and you already know exactly by whom. People made a lot of hopes. They made a lot of bets, a lot of wishes. They had certain expectations of you without understanding, my beautiful souls, that you were already observing their whack game. I'm going to say whack game. You know, whatever it could be. This could be infidelity. This could be lies, misrepresentation, you know, of themselves. They could be misrepresenting themselves. This can be anything, to be honest. But whatever it is that you observe and that you have absolute knowledge of what's going on now. We're not living in imaginary land. This is something, Bruce, please. This is something that you were made fully aware of by your own eyes, by your own heart, your intuition. You're trusting your intuitions. Now, it's not your fault if you're not wishful fulfillment for someone else, or if they fumbled you, or if they had certain expectations of you in their mind. That's a them issue because, you know, sometimes people will go through the biggest efforts to plot or to misrepresent themselves when honesty, basically, guys, is the best policy. And now that these people have lost you or fumbled you or no longer have access to you, it just happens that now you are cold-hearted and you are unfeeling and, you know, you've just walked away from what they thought would grow, but you can't grow on unstable or you cannot grow something upon manipulation and lies, guys, or whatever this may have been. We have the Queen of Cups, male or female. Here you go. You were dealing, my beautiful souls, with somebody who was emotionally distant, emotionally inaccessible, someone who was not able to reciprocate the same love and emotion or effort that you were putting into whatever connection this is. This person feels that God is working against them, and they are oblivious to whatever it is that they're doing. If you're not emotionally fulfilling, if you're cold, if you're distant, if you're hiding behind, oh, so-and-so did this in a prior relationship, you're not even giving whatever dynamic this is a chance. Now, this is the Queen of Cups. We've got two queens, okay? This could be a same-sex relationship. It's not for everyone, though. You could be male or female, just embodying these energies. Over here as the Queen of Swords, you've got your boundaries up and you're observing everything. And here, we've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse, saying that this person is emotionally not stable, very petty, manipulative, very cold towards you. They're a taker, you may be a giver, and they've just taken too much. But this person seems to be playing the victim because now they're feeling like God is working against them, taking away their wish fulfillment. But they have justice in the reverse, guys. You see, whomever this is that you're dealing with, and it doesn't have to be a romance, okay? The person that you're dealing with is feeling, I could read this another way, that you're emotionally cold and distant now. And that, you've turned your back to them and to God or whatever path it is you're taking. And this is not fair because the justice is in reverse for them. But truly, this person is failing to see the role that they played in getting this judgment about whatever dynamic this may be. Although you may be the wish fulfillment for them in their lives, it seems that there was some sort of non-compatibility. Okay? So up until this point, things are not going for this person the way they planned. They see you as a cold, unattached individual who got away from them, okay? They may see you as emotionally distant now compared to the way you were in the beginning. And they feel that your behavior towards them is cold, distant, and unfair. Somehow, you are being made to seem as the bad person in whatever dynamic this may be, because this is what this person that you're dealing with, whatever dynamic it is, chooses to believe. They're still not recognizing the role that they are playing. And now I'm not saying you're not cold and distant from this person, but I'm saying that if you have turned cold and distant, it's for a given reason. Okay, you've observed enough, you know enough to be true. There's some level of deception or perhaps manipulation. Someone's being petty here. And if someone's unable to even recognize their role, the other person may be being petty, or it may be you, okay? Someone's failing to see the reasoning behind your behavior. But you see, you can't run on assumptions and then fail to see the role that you play, guys, okay? So let's go ahead and see what the Oracle says. I do not do reversals on this. All in the golden afternoon, that's a 1. Inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and conception. People are seeing you as an extremely creative individual who does not hold back in being who they are. You are not afraid to start all over again. Your canvas includes many colors. There may be something special about you. Like I said, this may be a same-sex or non-traditional type of relationship, okay? Or you just may be somebody who thinks outside the box, okay? This is kind of going somewhere else, but we're still going with the theme of what are people saying about you. The 1 indicates starting a new cycle. You're in the beginning of a new path in life. You're allowing your creativity. People see you as a free spirit, perhaps. Very creative, not able to be controlled. And perhaps you were dealing with someone who was trying to control you. And perhaps because you are so free-spirited the way they see, and you see the world with a whole bunch of different colors, which means you're more open-minded and you don't have narrow tunnel vision. You're not as traditional as most people would want to be. Okay? We have a 6, choices. Feeling blocked and restrained. There you go. Since you are such a free spirit as people see you to be, I mean, that's quite correct. You've got too many choices or too many options to feel restrained. That goes back to the control that I was talking about, my beautiful souls. If someone's trying to control you, if someone's trying to manipulate you, with the different way that you think, with the different way that you view your reality, you will turn cold. You will pull away for your own sanity. Okay? Being controlled and feeling blocked or locked into a situation that you're not comfortable with is going to kind of give you the runner's complex, running from one point to the other. You may be flighty. If you're feeling restrained or blocked, you're gonna study your choices. Either way, you're gonna win because 6 is a victory. My beautiful souls, okay? This is making sense. What someone views as cutting them off and being cold and distant is something that you may do, my beautiful souls, as a survival mechanism. You are somebody people have already noticed, and this is the truth, that is absolutely going to keep their sovereignty. You are the creator of your life. If something's not fitting or aligning, you will remove yourselves or them from your reality, basically. Law is not justice. 3, rules that are not fair. I had mentioned to you, you live by a different set of rules, my beautiful collective. Okay? Whomever you're dealing with feels that this isn't fair. But how can you, what is the word that I'm trying to say? How can you stand over a free spirit, a free thinker, someone who lives, a rich inner world, and that radiates to your outer world? You could be a social butterfly. You could get a lot of attention, and this person feels that in itself is unfair. Okay? 9, curiouser and curiouser. Discovery, inquiring, weirdness, and curiosity. You are raising the curiosity in others. You are stirring attentions. Okay? 9 is the ending of cycles. This whole dynamic, whatever it may be, may have had a jealous streak in it from the person that was trying to control or manipulate you. The one who had already claimed victory over your heart and territory. That's what I'm getting, guys. But people are enamored by you, my beautiful souls. I am not sure. This is going to vary. Like I said, you're very free-spirited. You're very, I don't know what to say, whimsical. Okay? You're like the unicorn that can't be bound. Okay? And those unicorns can get scared off pretty easily. And perhaps you've learned to live your life in a way where you run off. You can run off and find bigger and better things. You do not like to be restrained. You do not like to be controlled. That is what people are seeing about you. Okay? Now I'm going to take out my shadow deck, my beautiful souls. And I'm going to see what they may think may be some negative aspects about you. Here it comes, guys. Up until this point, it's been a beautiful reading because people find you alluring, male or female. People find you whimsical and mystical. There's just something about you. It's kind of like that movie, There's Something About Mary. They can't figure it out. They cannot put they cannot put their finger on it. You're some sort of rare flower, rare bird. But the problem is that people are trying to, one moment, Bruce, please. People are trying to stick you in a cage or in a collection. And that's just not going to work for you, my beautiful souls. Whomever is resonating with this reading, this is not the life for you. To be a canary in a cage that someone's just, a gilded cage. It may be beautiful. It may be comfortable. You may have everything you want, but it's still captivity, and you're not looking for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what... I'm always interested in the negative aspects, or this could be the negative aspects of the person that you're dealing with, my beautiful souls. Let's see what we got here. The Six of Cups. Okay. In you, they see a lot of past nostalgia. You may be having people tell you, oh, wow, you're the perfect person at the wrong time. No such thing. That just means that they see you as exotic. It kind of reminds me of that movie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. She's like, everyone sees me as, something to keep, a trophy, but, I'm human, They see something in you that's so special that when they do encounter, perhaps, something that they do not like, it kind of bursts a fantasy. That's what I'm being led to say. Justice. Things always seem to work out for you. This is what ex-people are saying, or people around you, no matter what happens. If the person stays, if the person goes, if you're being flighty, you somehow manage to get your justice either way. You remind them of a fairy or of a unicorn. Okay? They're saying that you must have some sort of connection with a higher source, the Hierophant, or that you've got a special spirituality or special gifts that's allowing you to live such a lifestyle. Excuse me. That's allowing you to live such a lifestyle. And I had a jumper. I'll get to that right now. And that you may be into witchcraft. So many people. Oh, that is funny. Isn't that the funniest thing? How people run to that when they can't figure something out? It has to be magic, because my mind can't comprehend it. Narrow-minded people who have self-limiting thoughts, highly religious people who believe everything is the devil are going to see you, and jealous people, perhaps, are looking at you, wishing that they could have, that pizzazz, that special something that you do possess that they lack. Hey, jealousy's a bitch. Here we have the Seven of Swords. They say that you're a heartbreaker, that there's problems everywhere you kind of spout up, that people start fighting over you. What kind of spell do you have over people? Why are people spellbound over you? Why cannot people forget you? Why? This is hilarious. I mean, you're just being you. You're being your authentic self. You're living your best life. You've come to accept yourself the way you are a long time ago. And people who cannot think at this level of creativity or this level of freedom, or people who have not found this level of happiness, automatically assume that you're either a witch, you sold your soul to the devil. Five of Pentacles, people are wanting to come in from the cold from the past. People see that you've gotten lovers from, way back, still looking you up and still calling you up and asking what's going on. The devil in reverse. You look too pretty or too good to be true, or you look too handsome. One moment. Bruce, You're too handsome or too pretty to be real. You must be a temptation of some sort. A nymph, the siren calling every man and woman to their death. Oh, wow, that's amazing. 10 of Swords. Whenever you have left people or situations, you have truly brought upon them the worst of times as far as they are concerned. My beautiful collective. That is amazing. One more, and you are the Empress. In reverse, they say. They could be gossiping that because of your wild and unrestrained ways, you're a bad mother, or you're a whore, or you're a bad father, or you know, you're a player, you know, only because you're not willing to settle for someone who can't just let you be you. This was a beautiful reading, my beautiful collective, my beautiful souls. If you are enjoying this deep dive of what people are thinking about you, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll be seeing you all later, my beautiful souls.